welcome to the Smash Masters podcast, where we talk about collision repair, PDR, everything in between. I'm Stefan Esche. That's Nick Priest.
What's up? How's everybody doing? What is up, Alex?
Alex is first.
Episode
92. We're getting up there, close to the triple digits.
Yeah, we're at 92. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, we skipped last week because of weather. I mean, I had a flooded garage, so kind of had to handle some of that stuff. But yeah, we're back at it, back in business, doing some stuff. You've been killing it, I'm assuming.
Dude.
Maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's pretty intense how busy I am.
Yeah.
So I might have extended my transition from bodywork into PDR for a lengthy period of time, but I certainly seem to have built something where I have work right away and continued work. My phone is ringing. I'm getting lots of appointments. I'm actually just increased my prices already because up to 2024 Paul Carden prices, because I mean, I can handle it. I can handle the it's people are paying it, and I'm not losing jobs, too many jobs from that. I still am booked out about 2 weeks now. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's not all Google ads either. I'm getting some organic, a lot of website submissions, a lot of just regular Google searches where they didn't click on the sponsored stuff. They just found me. It's dude, I had 2 people tell me they found me on TikTok.
Found you on TikTok, huh?
That's crazy. I mean, my TikTok, my business TikTok account has like 1,400 followers. Make that money. You need a sugar daddy. Oh boy, Roy. But yeah, just
send him an application, Roy.
I can't
fill it out later.
I can't that blew my mind, because I mean, what do I have, like 85,000 followers with auto body work? How many people walked into the body shop looking for a U-brake I fix? None of them. Nobody. Right. So like, I'm just surprised by that, and it's very cool, and it made me spur along my TikTok videos a little bit more. I'm like, oh, let me put more effort into that.
A little bit more interested in what's going on.
Well, it's just cool to see. I mean, I try and spark the conversation with all my customers. How'd you find me? Usually it's a Google search. I pay for Google ads, so you already slid into my DMs. There
you go.
Roy's in my DMs more than most people.
Slipping and sliding.
But that's not a complaint. I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, awesome. Thanks for asking. It's been very cool. Things are picking up. I'm having fun working on the business. I thought I'd have more free time to go and like try and pick up some wholesale work, but I'm booked solid.
Right. So, what I want a lot of people I know have this kind of issue. It's not an issue, but marking and branding your vehicle before and after. Do you think that helps at all, and do you think it's worth it?
You mean like the logos I have on it?
The logos you have on it, yeah.
So that was less about marketing for me and more about legitimacy. So when I pull up to somebody's driveway, they know I'm the guy. I'm the dang guy pulling up, and clearly I've had enough to invest into my vehicle that it is for business. So I wouldn't say it was worth it for marketing. I'd say it was worth it for creating an image.
No, it's twofold. It's both. You can believe that when you pull up to somebody's place, it's both a brand market and the legitimacy of, hey, okay, this guy's, he didn't put all these stickers on his car for nothing.
Right. So, right. And it did do some marketing, but I want to prove, if you've seen some of my videos, I have a sign that I put out when I do dents. The sign had just as much of an effect for marketing as the stickers on the car. So if you're starting out and you just want something for marketing, make that little that trifold sign. It works. It works wonders.
Right.
but then, I mean, obviously the logos on the car do the same thing. So I don't have to put out the sign every time now, but I do anyway. I put it out by the sidewalk.
Just kind of make it the routine.
I already do it now anyway. So,
Yeah.
well, why
Yeah.
not? Anything that's going to catch their attention, as to what I'm doing.
Right. Right.
And also let them know that I am not actively trying to steal their neighbor's car.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I'm actually doing something of value here.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it does add a lot of things to it, makes it legit and all that. That those are good points, and there's some stuff that I want to bring to some people's attention. I mean, I get people asking me here and there, and I see it all over the place. Do I get a truck and trailer, or do I get just a truck and work out of this, or do I, what do I do? And really, it's whatever fits your market,
Mhm,
because I use a truck and a trailer,
mhm.
but I have more access here to pull in and out of people driveways and businesses. I don't know. I'm assuming your area is pretty cramped, so that might not be ideal. So
100% correct. It's very tough
it's
to maneuver a trailer around some of these residences. So,
yeah, yeah. So it's really just whatever the local market looks like.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
regardless, like Roy says, looking professional is it's where it's at. You have
I
to.
mean, I was making the point recently that like I said, I raised my prices,
Mhm.
which was to me, I was just, starting to raise my prices just because I'm getting all these big dents and I'm going, well, maybe I should try and price myself out of this
Yeah.
one. But then they're doing it anyway, but it's fine. I'll do the big dents for the
Right.
big money.
Mhm.
And I was talking to somebody, I'm like, this is funny. Like I raised my prices and I'm getting it, it's
Right.
strange. And they're like, well, you got over 60 5-star reviews now. You've created kind of a name for yourself. You got all that
Mhm.
stuff on your car now. I think that
Right.
makes people more willing to pay more. And it's like,
Yeah, I think it does. The only thing I think you're missing right here is a seamstress to sew some longer pockets in your pants, so that way you can tote around more money.
fit that big ass wallet. It's gonna go in the center
You're gonna
console
need to
right
get 2
now.
billfolds. You're gonna need to
uh,
get 2 of them.
oh man. All right. That's fun. Let's get off of me and let's bring in our guest
Let's
here.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We got Jason. How do you say your last name, Jason?
Cournoyer.
Cournoyer. Thanks for coming on the
Cournoyer.
show.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Hope you
Nice
up.
to
Thank
see
you.
you, bro.
Yeah,
Nice to see you.
absolutely. So you're a body tech up in Massachusetts. How long have you been doing body work now?
Body work about 15 years.
15. Okay. So
15,
that's
yeah.
about as long as I have been doing it. What got you into body work? Let's go way, way, way back. And well, actually, what? Let's go further. Was there something with cars before body work? Did you do anything like detailing or
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
like that?
just the love of the cars in general. So I was working at a nursing home cooking many years
Okay.
back. I mean, like 19 years old, and working in a nursing home, you're just like surrounded by like death and just like weird stuff. Like, oh, like this job ain't for me. Like, what can I do that something that actually can enjoy? And like
Mhm.
I got a friend of mine who offered me a job detailing, and I'm like, well, I mean, it seems pretty basic, but it's your foot in the door, right? So I did
Right.
that for a little while, and wanted to do body work very shortly after, but unfortunately, I was actually really good at detailing, so I was kind of stuck in that position for a while. It was like,
Don't you love that? You get you those of us who like to do our jobs well, you get into a position like that and you get stuck doing it because you do it so well. Nobody wants to move you from that position.
absolutely.
That's
And they're like,
that's a tough
if
way
you
to
can
be.
find somebody that could do it like you do, then we'll hire somebody else and you get to move up.
Oh, that's
Fortunately,
not on you.
yeah, I know, but it took a few years to figure it out, and I was doing it on the side, just a little hobby thing here and there, and then eventually I
Mhm.
said screw it and just quit and said I'm
Yeah.
gonna try it for myself, and it worked out really well. I jumped right into it. It was like easy breezy, like it just kind of
Right.
flowed on. I just want to go higher and higher, and yeah.
Doing detailing on your own.
No, not doing detailing. I wanted
Oh,
out of
okay.
detailing. I was,
Okay.
detailing was fun. I don't regret what I was doing at all. But I was just it becomes mundane after a while. It's the same thing always. Like you
So
want to get up.
so you felt like you had to leave the company where you're working at just to get out of the
Somehow.
detailing position.
Correct.
Pretty
Was
much.
it
They
was
weren't
it
going to let me out. I already
was
knew
it a
They
body
weren't gonna let
shop?
me out. What's that?
Was it a body shop?
It was a body shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they didn't have a culture of growth, and they really just wanted to keep you there because you were doing such a good job detailing. So this is a common thing I hear.
That is a tough thing to, yeah, when you're good at something that you generally are not going to be moved unless you force it in some type of way.
Exactly. And
Some-
sometimes you can have the conversation. You can try and be like, like, I want to advance, whatever. They're not going to let you if they see you making money for them.
Mhm.
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
So
Because it costs them money to train somebody else.
correct. So, but if you leave, now you become like a entry level tech somewhere else. Now you have an opportunity. You might have taken a little bit of a pay cut or whatever, but you've given yourself an opportunity to grow.
Absolutely. I mean, I can relate. I just went a slightly different path. And some people, if you listen to the podcast, you know this already, but instead of quitting the job when they had me buffing and detailing, I just started burning their paint jobs.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I just started,
That's a
well,
good way
now
to
I'm
get out
not
of
good
it.
at this anymore. So now can I move on?
Yeah,
You just stopped being good at it, huh?
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
recommend it to the young guys out there. That is a good
Yeah.
way to get fired. But luckily
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't get fired and I got to change to a different position.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So I went into paint prepping. What was your next move? Did you actually go into entry level tech then next to at a different shop?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, well, the shop where I went at, it was like kind of an old school format type thing. It was like you get the job, you take it apart, you do the body work. And at that point, you're almost becoming like a mild painter too, because where we like anything with jams that we had to send to paint department. Now I got to buy a spray gun. I got to paint the jams before it goes to the paint department. So it's like you get a little bit of everything, and then you put the car back together. It's like start to finish type thing, And then the more you do, the bigger ones you get, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
So where did you start in that shop? What did they have you doing?
Just like basic R&Is to start.
Yeah. Okay.
R&I is usually a good place to start. It's the hardest, I think, to overcome out of any of it, aside from the heavier stuff. But at that point, you've really got a good foundation. But R&I in each vehicle is different. So every time that you do what you think you don't know it anymore because there's something different, something changed. Like, I mean, Volkswagens, BMWs, and then you work on a Camry and a Chevrolet truck, and you're like, I don't know what, but once you get that down and you have a good repeatable pattern and then you become organized, then it becomes easier.
Correct.
And I know a lot of people have a bunch of different organization techniques that they like to use. I seen we're gonna have him on soon, but the body shop coach was talking about, do we use bags or do we use tackle boxes or something like that? And I'm gonna say all day long I use bags, but I think Stefan used tackle boxes. He's like, nah, we're not doing that. But to me, it was easier for me. So
I feel like it's easy. It's way easier on disassembly day to use bags. 100%.
100%.
But when it comes to like,
agree.
then listen. Like, so when you go back to like now it's assembly day, right? I'm gonna take this bag to like, I got organized to a point. I'm gonna dump the whole damn thing out, and now I'm gonna put it on an organization tree or tray.
I'm sure I'll be back in a second.
Oh man, that happens. At whatever reason, the internet was doing that to me a couple of weeks ago, like just constantly. So may just be StreamYard on his part.
Yeah, it could be. I will say that I don't think that the bags are easier in any way, at least for me. The tackle boxes were just a much faster, swifter motion. Oh, I think we got him back.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on.
It's all good.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
we can hear you. So you said the last we heard was you take the bag and you dump it out, and you
Yeah,
put it
then I
on
would
an
dump it out.
organization tray.
Yeah. Yeah. So once you get it on an organization tray, like now you're good. You know, everything's done by numbers and it's organized. You know what goes where. So like I can't out of a bag build it. Like same thing, you know, Shop's got your innovation cards, right? Everything is put on an innovation card. You load it up, organize it to the best of your possibility. I don't want to build that car off of that cart. I want to take that cart and I want to dismantle it and I want to put it all on tables. And I want to look at everything that's on that cart, my old parts, my new parts. And I want to kind of visualize what I'm building in my head first. Make sure you got everything. And once you organize and like, then it's go time. And it's kind of easy breezy at that point. But if you're trying to build everything off a bag, like to me, that's crazy. I can't do it. I can't.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys.
Like visualize in my head.
I'll tell you guys how I did it and why I like bags better than any other thing. Because I wouldn't use one bag.
Okay.
I would use a bag for the bolts for the outside of the bumper, a bag for the bolts for the inside of the bumper. Then if I had to take the headlights, I would put headlight bolts in a left and a right. If I had to take the fender off, I would take fender bolts and put them in a bag. And then I would go and down the car, each individual panel would have its own. And I would build this car from back, because the last bag that I put in would be the first bag that I started building the car back to the front again.
Okay.
So that's how I did it. And that was by far the fastest way that I've ever been as a body shop technician, by doing that.
So I like it. I get it. And I get so splitting it up and everything. I did the same thing, but in a tackle box. Yeah. And I just always found that the action of, you know, lifting the lid, throwing the bolt in, closing the lid, or letting it fall was so much faster than like getting the bag open, getting the fastener in there, and then, you know, walking away and then having to, you know, on the bag. I don't know. I just felt like I was wasting time with that stuff.
Maybe, but when you have to put bed bolts and bumper bolts and all that kind of stuff, like your tackle box, it ain't gonna work anymore.
It does. You just have to get an expensive tackle box with removable dividers that can hold stuff that's this big. I gotta show you the ones that I have. They're amazing. But I'm not kidding. Each one of the boxes is like $40 to $60 a piece, and I've got like 8 or 12 of them. That adds up quick. That's hundreds of dollars of just fastener holders, you know, and now they're just sitting on top of my toolbox doing nothing. And it was all because I worked at a company that I had always used paint cans my whole career, because I hated bags with the whole opening the Ziploc thing. So a paint can sits there, doesn't really fall over easy, you know. It's just easy, just toss it in, you know, and you can label them. You have a bunch of paint cans for one car. I went to one job and he said, no, you will use tackle boxes. He ruled that place with an iron fist. He said, you will use iron tackle boxes. So it's like, okay, I guess I'm using tackle boxes. I ended up loving it. And then when I left that place, go to a different place, they were using bags. I went, nope. And that's how I found out how expensive those tackle boxes were.
Right.
Husky ones are awesome. Oh, you want to buy some? I'll bring them. I'll bring them on Wednesday, Alan. You can buy some.
And I get it. I mean, every method is one that you're comfortable with is the best.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have these places down here called a Dollar General everywhere, and if you need more bags, you can go get them. And the reason why I stopped using paint cups is because I used to be kind of sloppy about setting them all over the car. Well, this painter that I was working at this dealership, he got pissed off at me one time, and he took those cup full of bolts that I had and dumped that shit in the dumpster. So I'm out here without any kind of bolts or anything. I don't know where nothing is. So
I got a question. I got a question, Jay. Do you have a vehicle brand that if somebody took all the bolts, somebody else took it apart and they took all the bolts and put it in one bucket, that you'd be okay?
No, I got a few of them, man. Let's start with Subaru, because that's definitely
yep.
Then let's go Toyota.
Yep.
and
The
then
same car, pretty much.
I would say GM. Oh man, that's gonna be. They like to switch it up sometimes a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go Honda. Like
Yeah.
those three are very simple. You can. We got a guy that at work. He's very very strategic and organized about the way he disassemble things. He will label everything to a T. Right now, I know it's his OCD, and I respect the guy very much. But like sometimes, like when I take his builds, because we got to like sometimes we swap. You know, like I got to take someone else's build, or they take my build. And for me to like build his cars, the way he takes a little bit more time in the disassembly portion of labeling everything to a T makes it so that anybody could build that car. And like sometimes I'll take his bag of bolts, and because I know he's OCD, and I'll dump them on in front of him, like kind of whack them all around. I'm like, I know where they go. He's like, he gets so mad. I'm like, dude, like I know, I thank you because you made it that simple, but it's really that easy to build this car too. So it's like, you know, to somebody not so seasoned, it would be a little more difficult. But he made it so easy for him. You know, I respect that a lot. You know.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Plus, you started with R&Is and stuff, so like you've got that core, like that knowledge, you know, taking all those brands apart and putting them all back together and everything. So I had I did a tear down job for a couple of years in my career, so I got to know Toyotas. There's not a to this day, you put everything in one bag for a Toyota, I'm gonna have zero issues putting that car back together.
You got it.
Absolutely.
You know where everything goes. Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, they build them pretty basic. I mean,
I mean, that's part of what it is. It's because the
Yeah.
cars are so simple. They're easier to work on. I mean, that's why I tell people, get a Toyota, get a Honda. They're just easier to work on.
Absolutely.
So we got R&I and all that kind of stuff out of the way. We got good at that. I know a lot of people before they start doing heavy mud work, they get into bumpers and that kind of stuff, like repairing bumpers first. Is that something that you did, or what did you start in on?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're gonna start you off with your small repairs, your bumper repairs and whatnot, and you know how to plastic weld and stuff like that. So yeah, you got to kind of earn your stripes. Start small,
yeah,
and get a little bit bigger, and you know learn what works and what doesn't. And like even to this day, like I still see some people that they'll take a bumper repair and they'll plastic weld, they'll whatnot, and they throw some mud on there. I'm like. Like, come on, dude. Like, we've gone a little bit further in that in life. Like, there is like actual plastic repair. Like, I know it's a little bit, you got to wait a little bit longer, but please wait. You know, like figure out something to do with that in between. And this repair is so much better. You know, like, but yeah. So you start off small, and then you start, you know, as long as you can do your job properly, they're going to give you bigger stuff. You know, so it's
if they have that culture of growth, unlike your first shop. Yeah.
Did you guys ever use the Polyvance app that they had a little bit? They had like a app that pretty much showed you everything about every type of plastic bumper and how to properly repair it and all that.
No, I feel like a lot of shops out here aren't going to do that for you unless you have a really, really, really good estimator that's going to like provide you that type of information. Because obviously, like all data is not really going to do that. A lot of things are not going to do that. So, like,
man, I'm glad somebody remembers that. That app was that was a mint thing to have back in the day.
Dude, I did like 8 of those plastic welder trainings. They never mentioned an app. I would have been all over that.
It was really good. It was really, really good. I liked it. I don't know if they've updated it or anything, but I mean, I don't know. It's been 7 or 8 years now since I used it, but it was nice.
There you go.
It was nice.
That would be nice.
It can't ever hurt to have a little information at your hands, you know?
Right. I mean, sometimes you get some old school stuff in there, and you know, you kind of have to be reminded of what process you have to do or what you need to do, or I mean, you know, you can't know everything all the time. And if you got something right there to swipe up through and say, hey, you need this type of rod to do this type of repair and these type of staples to put here, then whatever. I mean, if you're gluing the tabs on or something, I mean, it's nice to know like what they prefer the best or what they found that works the best. And that app had pretty much all of that in there, and it was really, really good.
I'll tell you what I do want. You know those Polyvance, those rollers? Those little the hand rollers that they sell for the back of the bumper to push a dent out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want those.
I have some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so does everybody except me.
Yeah.
I got some metal rollers. You can attach them to the end of your pry bar and kind of roll
I've seen
around.
those.
Heat up the plastic. Do your thing, but
I've seen those.
kind of the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. If I had that, I'd be good. No, I honestly I don't need it at all. I push a bumper dent out with a PDR tool just fine, but those rollers look pretty convenient. I don't know if you can get your hand up in there and roll some.
Get your hand in there and wiggle it around a little bit until something happens.
PDR is different in the body shop. I don't have the bumper on a stand. I can, but prices go up then. People don't like that. So, it's like, all right, well, then it is whatever I can get while it's on the car. That's what you get,
Right.
A lot of people like that. All right. So how long did it take from you like starting to do like bumper repairs, body work, like starting then? How much time passed before you were like proficient and comfortable doing your own bodywork jobs?
Like on mud work and stuff like that.
Yeah, not a
structural,
smash, right? Not a huge smash, but like just so like if somebody gave you a small front end hit, had some repair work, had some replace work, how long did it take until you were like proficient with that?
About like 3 years, I'd say.
3 years. That's a good answer.
3 years.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Getting the panels and all that kind of stuff, the adjacent panels to match up and line up good and all that. Do you ever like kind of study the job before you take it apart or whatever it is? I don't know if I'm basing this off being the teardown guy and the body guy, not the guy that disassembles it and comes to me. So usually I would kind of look at the job a little bit and see what I need to do. Is that something that you guys do up there? I know Stefan had a teardown guy, but I don't know if you guys did.
I know in my position, if it gets put on my plate to tear it down, I get a lot of body jobs that come my way. Like obviously, I've seen most of them that come, whatever. But if I'm a teardown tech, that's like gonna have to either pass this job to another body guy or me focus on it.
Yeah,
I want my procedures. I'm doing my homework as much as I'm taking it apart. I'm like, well, okay, if this needs to be done, then what happens with the adjacent? So on and so forth. So yeah, you're studying as you go, and if something becomes questionable, you got to figure out that information then when you're tearing it down, before you even like get to repairing it.
right.
So yeah, you have to study them. I feel like.
Yeah, you have to study them a little bit, and there's a thing called an incubation effect. And that's where you pretty much, when you're looking at a job, you're studying it, you walk away from it, you're kind of replaying what to do, kind of figuring out the situation in your mind before you actually get started to the actual physical work.
Correct.
And I never knew there was a word for it for a long time, but I noticed a lot of people, especially the older guys, when I got started, they'd say, I'm studying it, seeing what I need to do, looking at it over a cup of coffee or something. And I just thought that was cool that they had a word for that. And I thought it was a common thing, but it's really not that common for people to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, it's funny now you mentioned that. I feel like you're right. Like certain people will get so deep involved with what they're doing. They're studying on their off time. You go home and all of a sudden you're thinking about it at home.
Right.
Like, all right, cool. But and then you take that back into work with you, and like other people give no, concern. So to say, like whenever we get punched back in, like that's when you get back to it. But like some of us, I feel like you're gonna take some of that work home with you, and you're gonna study. So when you walk in there, you know exactly what you're doing for the most part. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You get a good
for sure.
Fix it in your sleep.
You got a good idea when you come back. There's something to be said about taking a lunch break too at a job that's maybe not treating you the best or something. You got that little small thing you can't find or whatever, and then like I'm gonna go back to lunch, and you come back, and then you've like put fresh eyes on it, as they say, and then it becomes easy to do at that point.
You
And,
reiterated your situation and found either a better way or more
Right.
knowledgeable way. But either way, like you've been thinking about, you've been stewing on it. So,
and I just thought that was kind of cool. They had an actual word for people that study things while they're away from them and all that kind of stuff, all while doing other things like leading just a basic normal life. But like, say you're outside cutting grass and you're over here like replaying, all right, how do I need to actually repair this? So you're really doing two things at once.
Or even, right as you got the job in front of you.
Yeah.
And then this carries over to my bodywork career. Obviously it's in PDR. But you've got something that's a bit mangled. It's not so simple, and you got to repair it. You got to get that shit straight, whether it be for mud or for PDR. And I'll sit back, I'll sit on my chair and I'll take a look at it and I'll just kind of look at it. And in my head, I'm going, okay, I'm going to put a tab there. I'm going to put this there. I'm going to pull that out. What's that going to look like? And I said, maybe it'd be better if I do this, and I'm playing out different scenarios in my head, and I'm deciding the best way to go about it. But it looks like I'm doing nothing.
Right.
I'm sure from a boss's point of view, it looks like I'm just sitting there on my chair drinking my Monster,
what I've learned from some of the older technicians, like that, I've worked with personally, like I can only speak for myself, but like, I'm always like, why are they talking to themselves? But they're doing that. They're walking around. They're analyzing it. They're like doing this with their hands. And I'm like, you okay? You talking to yourself? We're like, I'm having a conversation with you, intelligent conversation with them. Like, okay, I'll just let you be, you do you. But now I'm catching myself doing the same thing. Because I'm like, I can do it like this or I can do it like this, so I'm doing the same damn thing. And you literally have to like walk around that job for a little while and just think about how you want to approach it. Like realistically, because, to fail is easy, but like in your mindset, it's easy to plan it too, which is I respect in the older techs now, which I thought was funny as hell in the beginning, but
yeah, you got to get that expert advice from someone,
Yeah, absolutely.
Danny says we're all crazy.
Probably.
I mean, we are. Welcome to the industry, dude.
Danny Hacker, he knows.
And there's also something to be said about people that kind of procrastinate to do something that's a big task that usually people would have like a lot of anxiety over. And those same type of people that have what I called was the incubation effect, they'll wait till the very last minute and get it all done because they're confident they can do that kind of stuff without any kind of worry or it's just problem solving, not making the problem, but knowing how to solve it efficiently.
Correct.
And I always thought that was pretty cool. Sometimes you just got to fix the dent, man. Sometimes you just got to get in there and do it.
I want to add to that. I mean, you mentioned about looking at the car and observing it, before teardown. And that I think is 100% crucial. And I didn't really pick up on how necessary that is until I went to a shop where they were tearing them down for me. And here I get something that's torn down already, ready to be repaired. But I didn't see where the impact was. I didn't see where the majority of the energy started. I didn't see that headlight was actually pushed in a little bit to the fender. No, it's gone now. It's on the cart. So I didn't know, and then things are messed up at the end, yeah, of course they are. So I didn't see it, I didn't see it from the beginning.
That's a tough one, dude. And I deal with it too, like, especially when you get it like as a body technician. If I didn't touch it, I don't know. Like it's a door. It's a car with no doors on it, and a dog leg stoked in. Cool beans. Awesome.
Right.
But now, like, what I'd like to know as a teardown technician, how it was hit, and like visualize. Like you said, analyze that damage. Like, so what comes after this hit? Like, so luckily our shop is pretty thorough with every check-in has multiple pictures being done, damage points and whatnot. So like I have that basis off. I can see the original hit. If I didn't get a chance to like really look at it yet, I can kind of go from there. But let's like, if you're hitting the dog leg, smoke in a certain area, let me go check the inner. Let me check the wheelhouse and let me check the inner because that's inertia does weird things. So let me check that, and like you become, you know, more diligent to find problems like that. Because the R&I guy's not looking for that. They're just looking to tear down the vehicle and bag stuff, do it properly, and go on and so forth. But the body check needs to like really analyze the damage, and that's if you don't catch that in the beginning, you're not gonna be able to really do that.
Right. You kind of have to like you mentioned the side hit. All right. So let's go through there. Let's look at the side hit. Let's open and close the doors to see what kind of pressure they've got, because these doors are put on the vehicle with gaskets on there. If you throw a new door up there without gaskets on there, it's going to fit and it's probably going to close good. But your final tweak, you don't know yet because you haven't got that setup on it. So you've already got the door.
Feel that pop in the beginning,
right? Like, so if you've got something there that you can move out or in or tweak while it's already there, and somebody hasn't already just took it all apart, you can address that problem while you're right there. Instead of making it a last minute problem, you can make it a first minute problem. And I don't know, the pre-tear down stuff always kind of messed me up just for those reasons alone. I mean, it's got to be difficult to work some of that stuff. I guess just depend on the job and the circumstances. But we
don't really do like the whole pre-tear down thing anymore. Like once it gets put on a technician's plate, it's full tear down or nothing. Only unless like the only determining factor that might change that a little bit is weatherizing.
Right.
Like, you know, if we got to leave like a window in a car or something like that. But other than that, it gets stripped down right from the beginning. All parts, you want to get it on supplement 1. Obviously, you're going to have supplement 2 or whatever, but you want to get as much as you can on supplement 1. Like we went through the whole pre-tear down stuff, like tear off a bumper and No. That's failure every time. Every time. You're going to miss so much stuff. Do it right the first time. I know it's a lot sometimes, and the car will total. So chop it to the game. But you're getting it done right the first time, which is huge to me. Like the pre-tear down is always a failure. Always a failure.
I have to agree. I think if you have somebody tearing down the vehicle that's not responsible for the rest of the job, they aren't going to put their motivation into making sure it's done right, done 100%, and catching everything that needs to be caught in the beginning. And just everything we talked about already, where the body tech picks up on certain things that you see before it's taken apart.
Right. They're probably watching TikTok videos and everything else. They're not really worried about, the little fine details of this car.
Talking to their girlfriends on FaceTime the whole time, taking apart the car. That's that's more reality than you would know, honestly.
Look, hey, I watched a guy tape his phone onto a car watching Lifetime Movie Network while he was polishing the side of a panel. So I mean, I ain't opposed to watching anything crazy out here. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. The weirdest part was a Lifetime movie. That's the weirdest part about it. But so each your own, But yeah.
Oh man, I'm not surprised at all. It is Mississippi. Maybe it was Tennessee though. It might have been Memphis.
No, it was Oxford. It was Oxford, Mississippi. Yeah. It was Oxford.
All right.
Yep.
So I know not to change subjects here a little bit, but I know you do some glue pulling. What got you into that, Jay?
Don't say Danny.
Obviously, it's the industry. Your first. It's not like when we first got into it. Like people can just weld tabs to everything, and weld studs to everything. Like there's different ways where you don't damage the vehicle. Like backside of panels, whatnot, and then glue pulling just made sense. And it makes sense once you actually see it visually. Once I don't know, I didn't really know too much about glue pulling until Kiko came around. Just yard stuff, whatever. And then Kiko came around, knew some people. I've been in a group chat for a long time. And they're like, this is actually like a really legit thing. It was a little bit of an investment in the beginning, but people are doing it, and you're not burning the backsides, and it's working. So once something it might seem silly to some other people, but when you see it firsthand actually working and doing its justice, you change your mind. Okay, I'm not hurting it. I'm doing better than what I was doing before.
Right, and it does something else too. It takes your thought process of how metal works and enhances it. and
Correct.
because now you're not forcing a sharper crease out by simply just pulling harder and maybe taking that energy that it created up here and just trying to move the energy up here while pulling down here on a body line. You can now move that and knock this high spot or whatever you need to do down, all without not being so like brutally harsh to the vehicle. So, and you can still see it. So if you do something you need to reset, well, you can just simply put another tab back on it or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And you haven't really damaged the panel at that point.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, it changed my life. It definitely, not only was I super happy about the fact that it's a higher quality repair. I'm moving metal without burning the backside. I don't have to do corrosion protection afterwards. But then all of a sudden I'm straightening things that before would have been a replace all day. And I'm straightening things to a level where my mud work was super easy.
yeah.
I mean, have you seen any of those kinds of things come your way with the glue pulling or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Quarter panels in like jam, like, jams, dog leg area. Some of those pulls before that would be, you're not going to get that properly by doing, stud pulling, whatever, hitting with stud guns, whatever. You're not going to get that same quality pull that I've seen come out of. I've seen like some tough BMW quarters walk right out, and you got to go massage the jam, open the door, massage the jam, and watch it just kind of do and just walk right out. And I'm like, wow, that's really, really impressive, and like minimal damage. Minimal damage doing your job and repairing that vehicle, which is awesome.
One of my favorite spots for auto body and glue pulling is the when you open the door, and in the jam is that raised circle where the bumper from the door makes contact.
Oh,
those get pushed in by the door when the door gets pushed. I used to hate fixing those with the stud gun because you pull it out and you'd have these little, like it'd be a little pointy thing. So then you have to make it out of mud, and it's like,
right.
Oh no, with glue pulling, one glue tab, dunk, done.
Just grab the right tab, dude, and walk it out. Perfect.
Right.
Those are the easiest money makers right there by far.
Right.
If there's one reason to do glue pulling in the body shop, that's it. Like that alone. Please just start messing with it.
Yeah, that is kind of a tough spot to kind of get back into a good looking shape, just because it's a raised circle.
Yeah.
And there's no block that is gonna do you justice there. I mean, you're just thumbing the shit out of it the whole time.
And you ain't gonna make it look good. It's like, nope, good enough. Nobody's gonna look at this circle in the jam.
Right.
It's like,
right.
Well, I am.
Once you do that a few times with some glue pulling, you're like, oh, now I've mastered those little dent areas right there. Okay, like cool. You go, you're done. Cool. Yeah, walk away.
That totally changed my life. I mean, but yeah, no, just glue pulling in general. And I hate to sound like a Kiko employee, but unlocking repairability, it really truly did. I mean, we were throwing out panels, and body shops are still throwing out panels that can be repaired easily with glue pulling. So, have you gotten into any other GPR stuff other than Kiko, or are you just pretty much a Kiko guy?
No, I mean, the majority of the setup is Kiko. I mean, I've gotten like some dent fix products, like knockdowns and stuff like that. Like, every brand's got its own different things, but as far as the major stuff, we got the Kiko kit, so I've just been rolling with that.
System.
System.
Yeah. Sorry.
I haven't got I've done we haven't got the advanced kit where we have the what do you call it now?
Full tower, quick stick, K-power.
Oh, the premium.
Stretching the door back. With the machine, they go actually stretches it.
Lateral tension.
Yeah.
The tension. Yeah, we don't have the tension rod. I've done that with a couple different things, some ratchet straps and glue tabs, and pulling in different directions, and watch it do the same thing. We just don't have a special tool, but it's still awesome to watch it actually do that. It's crazy how that actually works. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, you could cut some seat belts off of a totaled car, make some loops on the ends of them, and use your porta power, and make an awesome lateral tension system with what you already got. Honestly, because I mean that's pretty much all you need. But but yeah, Kiko definitely has a nice lateral tension system if you can pick it up. The K Power, especially in a new Gen 2, is just like money.
Yeah, they've got a good setup going on. Especially the Gen 2. I like it. They added in between the big one and the small one, they added kind of like a medium one. And I feel like that one could be used for most things. I haven't used it, so I don't know, but I'm just out here talking, but
No,
seems like that was needed.
It is. I mean, I'm doing a dent over the weekend on a Grand Cherokee door, and dent's only, not big, but I had to use the big guy because I used tab straps to minimize damage. Well, the junior is not going to reach tab strap tabs, so
yeah,
that's the big guy. So that medium one would be the one to get. I'd still get the big one, in order to do the big stuff, but the medium one is going to be my go-to once I get my hands on one.
Yeah, and then I feel like the smaller one would be really handy on rail areas and that kind of thing.
So what I'm keeping mine set up as is a push tool. It pushes my wheel edges out from in the wheel wells. That's all it does for me. It just pushes the wheel wells out. That's what it really.
That's another one. Kiko has one of those, right? Like I feel like I've seen that a few times, and like that's another one that looks really awesome. Instead of having using I got the Pro Spot pull tower, the vacuum pull tower. That was like your rounded quarter panel, plant or not your plant, but you get in there, you pull with that thing, and it does some justice. But to be able to control it with like a hand pump from the backside and just push it out like that right off the tire, or suspension is great. I've watched so many videos that I'm like, that is awesome. Like that is really awesome right there.
That's the same tool. That's the lateral tension tool. It's just being used with different attachments. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I like to use the little one in that situation because you can maneuver better than a long bar, going past your head, as you're trying to do it. And the little guy is much easier to fit into that situation. But yeah, it's just a lateral tension tool being used in a different position. That's all. And they give you the accessories to do that. But yeah, no, that's an awesome tool. I forgot how we got into that. Oh, because we were talking about the new one. But yeah, I mean, to hit on one more topic that I wanted to talk about with you. You're up by me. You're in Massachusetts. I'm in Connecticut. And you mentioned before the show started that you're an hourly technician and that it's really, there's not much flat rate around you. And I would say the same thing. For me, there's not really a lot of flat rate. I mean, there were some options when I got started 18 years ago, but I avoided them because I didn't want to, make nothing if there was no work in the shop. And at that point in my career, I had experienced 2 shops that got very slow at times. So I was like, nah, I'd rather make sure I get something every week, even if it's less. Now you go looking for flat rate options. They don't even exist. They don't even exist here.
Not at all.
You get every single place
that do them. But those shops, like if you, I don't throw anybody under the bus, but like some of those shops, like their work is lacking. Their quality of work is lacking because they're trying to push things through number wise and make themselves a nice check. So they're not focused on the quality of work at all anymore. It's just solely the money. So I'd rather my vehicle be prepared by somebody that can actually like care a little bit about their quality of a repair rather than their paycheck. So like I feel like that's why a lot of places have steered away from it down here. Like you get your big businesses that still do them, but if you look at their quality of work, most of them are DRP directs, and their work is going to speak for itself. If you ever have like PRI, you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? Like, it's not cool. Like, so like I don't even want to like flat rate sounds really good in my pocket. It really does. The whole thing sounds good. But I'd rather just be paid by the hour to problem solve, do what we need to do within that hourly process, make a decent check, and repair the vehicle properly.
Mhm.
That's the main focus, is repair it properly. You know,
I'm 100% behind you. That's also why I've had previous bosses of mine tell me why they would never go flat rate, because they were worried about quality of work coming out of their shops.
as they should.
But man, I'll tell you, I watched guys like Nick when he was doing flat rate, and other guys that are doing flat rate, and there are some quality techs out there making lots of money. And I think it has to do with the individual shops and the management in those shops.
I would say so. I never really worked at a shop that would tolerate like an average repair, or well, we're just gonna let that go even though it doesn't really look that good. I mean, so I don't know. I'm just out here in the South
And
working, so I
and
don't.
to
I
add
can't
context to that,
anything else.
it's always been flat rate.
It's always been flat rate, yeah.
So I think it comes out down to the shop. And the shops, you know, basically, I mean, they got to put a foot down and say, there's no hack work here, you know, and you will be doing that job again for free if you do hack it. And then, you know, that person never hacks again, or they quit, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, if you do really good metal work and you do all the stuff leading up to that, and it comes back and everything looks good and fits, I mean, that's the idea. I don't know why you would try to like hack up a situation like that. I guess unless maybe a shop didn't have a good writer and they just missed a lot of damage, and now they're like, well, we don't want to go, and because we don't know how to take care of this, we missed it, we have to write a supplement for it. Maybe they're not going to pay for this or that or other. I mean, I think there's a lot of behind the scenes that don't involve the actual technician that you come up with
that
this
lead to that
job.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And I think you hit it nail on the head with the quality of writing, because if a technician has nothing but bad writers and they're on a flat rate scale and they feel like the only way they're going to get better pay is to hack up some stuff and get more stuff out the door, I mean, I can't blame them at that point. You know, if the company's not working on the skills in the writing area, then what else are they to do, you know, other than go to a different shop?
And I've also heard this other thing that this was a few years ago, but I've heard of the DRP shops being locked in at like max repair for a certain type of panels.
Oh, that's absolutely correct. 100%.
So yeah, if you're locking yourself into something like that right away, that is a disaster waiting to happen, in my opinion. Because
DRPs and flat rate don't mix well up here, I can tell you that much.
I mean, if you're going to lock yourself and you say, I can do max quarter panel damage, I don't know, 10 hours max or something like that. Why would you even consider that, knowing that a panel can be up to $1,600, $1,700? Like, why would you max out a panel at 3 hours when some of these Chevrolet panels on these trucks are like $1,300? Like, what? That makes no sense. But if you're not really, I don't want to say if you're not good at managing, but if you're just uneducated at what you're doing, I mean, there's sources out here for that.
Right. I mean, these are decisions made by people that aren't understanding that.
They see
just
like
need cars coming in. That's all.
Right. Their shop is minimal. They see a bucket of money coming their way and they just sign on the dotted line without even actually looking at what's going on, thinking that that's going to help. Right. And then the next thing that they do is they say, well, we have to get this work out faster. We need to get another technician. And 100% of the time, that getting that extra technician did not help a single thing from what I've seen in flat rate.
Anywhere, hourly too. Hourly,
anywhere. Yeah. Now, good if your shop requires 4 or 5 techs or whatever it is. If that's the requirement for your shop, fine. But if you're trying to go from 4 to 6 and think you're going to get more workout, well, you're not. You're just not.
Taking
Right.
one other technician's second bay, giving it to another technician.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that did not help.
No.
So Jason, are you limited to one bay in your shop?
No, not at all. No, we utilize whatever we got to utilize. There's big
That's
jobs,
great.
there's small jobs. No, I have probably the biggest bay in the shop, like square footage wise, but we all can utilize each other's bay. We're not like, at the end of the day, some of us have bigger toolboxes, but everyone has a roll cart. Your roll cart goes wherever that job needs to be. So therefore, the shop is a shop. You utilize every bay to the most efficiency as you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
nice to
I
have
like
that
that.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't tell you how many shops I've worked in where they only give you one bay. That's it. That's all you get. And it's like, how do you expect me to be efficient? Like at all.
Right.
I've always heard one good technician needs 2 bays.
Yeah, at
So
least.
the theory about it. One good technician needs 2 bays because one technician can work on 2 cars at the same time. There's always a downtime. So when you're down waiting for something to dry here or whatever, have the next one over here that you're also kind of micromanaging. You can do 2 at the same time. It's not impossible. It's very easy, honestly. So
a million reasons.
I would say 3 bays is probably minimum.
That would be great.
That gives you a lot more space to organize.
I'm just saying, 1 bay is for tear down and hang ups. Another bay is for primary mud work, and 1 bay is quarter panel work. If you're changing quarter panels or anything bigger, that's primary right there. What's up, Lee?
I won't disagree. I mean, it's we need the space to get the work done efficiently, and we need to not be blocked in too. So don't
not be blocked.
Don't block us in with calibration equipment and hour-long pre-scans.
What do you mean, like all the ADOS equipment and stuff? Like, I have no idea.
Oh, believe me, I've been in that situation where I've stuck in my bay, not being able to even back the car out and bring in a new one for hours just because they had a calibration to do in the aisle. It's like, tell me how this makes sense. Tell me how this freaking makes sense.
Yep.
Right. One thing I like to do at the end of the day when I was doing body work, probably one of my most favorite things was like at the end of the day when I'm sweeping up, I just take all my dust and I just sweep it over to the other guy's bay, make mine look really good and clean. That's probably my favorite thing.
You didn't do it with the blowgun? Just blow it all over there.
Blowgun's fine. I like to do that at midday. Get everybody's sinuses good up, but at the end of the day, I just like to just get it in a good pile and just kind of just flick it over to the next stall. Whatever.
Dude, our shop's so clean. Like I've been at some dirty shops. Our shop is so clean. If you did that, like you blow a little tiny pile of bond with us. I mean, we got vacuum system sanders everywhere. You blow a little tiny thing, everyone looks at you like you're Captain over there.
Like you broke the air.
I can't breathe. Like, come on, dude.
Like you done broke the air hammer out at before 7 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. See, no one likes that early in the morning, except the guy that's doing it, because you're just like, screw it, I'm gonna do this and get it done. Like,
shop I worked in was so clean, but they had every shop needs at least one mud technician. And they put the mud technician right next to that big ass fan on the wall. This is where you stay.
Right. It's got to get out of here.
But
man.
they put me next to him, and then so I had to blow all my dust like into his bay. So every time I'm like blowing my dust into his bay, and he'd like pop up behind the car in this cloud of dust. I'd be like, I'm sorry. He'd be like, it's good. Just keep it going. It's white gold.
White gold. Yeah.
White gold. Sorry, man. I'm glad you're not upset.
No.
Oh man. Good times. Well, it's over for me.
Yeah, it's officially over.
On to the next step, man. It's all right.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm having fun. It's body work was good to me, and I will continue to help anybody who asks any question, needs any kind of help with auto body, anything like that. But I am done for now. I could see
Know that guy.
I could see someday owning one someday. But it's not in the plans.
Yeah, no near future right now. You know?
No. I'd be very happy with the PDR shop alone. I could see the use business wise to have a body shop and a PDR shop and having them sublet to each other. You know,
yeah.
That just makes sense to me. You know,
Anything
especially
you
with
can
the
keep in-house
knowledge
and
I
sublet
have.
it makes the most sense to me by far.
Right.
You know?
Right. So
Yeah.
it's in the back of my head. It's wow, that sounds pretty good, you know. So
yeah,
Kind of fancy.
Got to learn how to delegate first. Trust
Yeah.
people. That's those are big hurdles for me to come over.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You'll be there in no time.
Sure,
You'll be there in no time. Well,
hey, Jay, we made it an hour. How was it? Was it painful?
No, dude, not at all. We're chilling, man. I liked it.
Didn't even know you were there an hour, did you?
No, it flew by, man. I like it. It's just normal conversation, man. You know, I like it.
Right,
Nice.
right. Yeah,
appreciate it. It was a lot of fun getting to talk to you. I've been watching your stuff. I really enjoy your posts, man. They always crack me up. They're like really, you're very you got a good sense of humor and right in tune with what makes me laugh. So keep it up. I think man, when the Kiko bedside cap removal tool came out and you made the girth comment post about I see you, Kiko, with the girth. Dude, the guy who made that tool mentions that post to this day. To this day,
Really?
he's like, there's a body tech who said it about my tool. He talked about girth. He loves that. He mentions it all the time. If you are your posts public, do you post publicly or just to friends?
I mean some of them, but you know, I can make a lot of them public too.
I just, you know, if people want to follow you, where they find you on Facebook.
Jason Cournoyer on Facebook, and same thing on Instagram. I got a TikTok too, but I mean, TikTok's TikTok. Yeah,
we ain't
I
worried
go
about
more
that.
towards Facebook with the platform, if anything. You know,
I would too. You guys should go follow Jay because his posts are hilarious. So
thank you, man. It's been a pleasure. Guys, man.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks to everybody for listening. We'll catch you all next week. We're planning to have Eugene on, who was supposed to be on last week, the body shop coach. So we will make up for last week, and we'll see you all then.
Right. If we got some good body shop coaching stuff, questions, answers, stop by and hang out with us. It'll be a fun time, man.
All right.
See you guys.
Have a good week, everybody.